Hey guys, so as promised, I'm making a quick video to go over some of the problems from our review worksheet that we had not yet gotten to. So here is our first problem. It's number 4. I'm giving you all of these formulas. So these are alternative formulas for calculating the residual line. I also give you all of the numbers that need to be plugged in. So the first question says, what is the slope of the regression line? So remember, the slope is the A value. So that's going to be R times SY divided by SX. So we're literally just going to plug in. My R value is 0.68 times my SY value, which was 0.7, divided by my SX value, which is 0.6. So I'm going to literally just type in my calculator. When I type in my calculator, I'm going to do 0.68 times parentheses 0.7 divided by 0.6. So make sure you type it correctly, and we should get a decimal. That's 0.793. Okay, there we have it. And now we're going to move on to the y-intercept. So the y-intercept is the b. b is going to be equivalent to y bar minus a times x bar. So the y bar is 3.1 minus the a, which was 0.793, times the x bar, which was 7.8. Now this one you can type just straight into your calculator, exactly the way you see it. I would still use parentheses, and it should just spit the answer right out at you. I got negative 3.085. Didn't come out nice. Okay, here we go. So that is the b value. So then what is the actual equation? Just put everything together. Y hat equals ax plus b. So y hat is 0.793 x minus 3.085, and that is the answer. I guess I should write y hat equals, and then we'll write it like this. So this is my answer. All right, we already did 5A, so let's skip to 5B. They give me the y hat and they ask me to calculate some residuals. So the real y value for this one is 8.5. Okay, so what I have to do first is find the y hat value at x equals 5. So all I'm going to do is plug in. So 2 plug in 5 plus 2. That's going to give me 12. So now I do my residual formula, which is y minus y hat. So the y is the actual data, 8.5, minus 12, the y hat value. So we get 8.5 minus 12, which is negative 3.5. So since this number is negative, it is going to be below average, or below the line. All right, last but not least, we have 10 and then 22.3. So my y value is going to be 22.3, and I'm going to plug in 10 to my y hat equation. Y hat is going to be 2 times 10 plus 2. Again, I got that just from plugging into the equation they gave me. So that's going to be, what, 22. All right, now finally we do our formula, y minus y hat. So we have 22.3, which is the y, minus 22, so 0.3. And since that's positive, this is above average, or above the line. All right, a couple more to go. This next one, again, they give me the equation, and then they say, just give me some estimates, make some predictions. Prediction just means to plug into the regression line. So if I'm going to plug in, my formula is 2.8 times 72, and then minus 50. So again, I'm just going to put this right into my calculator, and then I should get 151.6. Makes sense. Okay, I have a hotter day, so I'm going to sell more cones. Finally, 90 degrees. So 2.8 times 90, just plug and chug, minus 50. Okay. So we're just going to plug in, it's the same thing, but we're plugging in 90. Oops, I made a mistake in my calculator. So 2.8 times 90 and then minus 50. I got 202. I don't know if you can hear my stylus going, but my son's hands were all over my iPad, so my iPad's dirty. It's kind of gross. I have to clean it. All right, last problem, guys. So let's go ahead. I need to take a second to enter all of this into L1 and L2. So to do that, I'm going to go to Stat Edit. Okay, now I have entered all of my data into my L1 and L2 in the calculator. I'm going to skip drawing the scatter plot. You guys can check out my answer key for that, but obviously make sure you label your axes. So this would be, my X's are the number of guests, and my Y is going to be the number of steaks. I made this problem while I was wedding planning, I remember a couple years ago. So it was relevant for me at the time. But it does say use your calculator to do the regression line. So this is where we're going to go to Stat, Calc, 4. Okay, so Stat, Calc, Lin Reg, and we're just going to hit Enter. L1 and L2. And we should have got, it says, write the equation of the regression line, so that's y hat equals 0.791 x minus 4.5, and I didn't, oh yeah, I did round 3. What is it, 510. That's the equation of the regression line. And then, of course, it says the word predict. So use that to predict how many steaks if I have 100 guests at my wedding. So 0.791, I'm going to plug in 100 for X, minus 4.510. And again, I'm just going to go right to my calculator for that. Okay, so I got 74.59. Okay, so it says predict how many steaks you will need. Obviously, I'm not going to have half a steak, so I would say about 75 steaks. Stop. Okay, so now using the regression equation, predict how many steaks you'll have in order if you have 310 guests. So same story. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same thing, but this time with 310. So we have 0.791 times 310 minus 4.510. Fun fact, I invited 330 people to my wedding, and only 15 people said no. So we had 315 people at our weddings, or at our wedding. So this answer is 240.7. So I would say about 240 steaks for that one, or 241 steaks. Then it says calculate the residual. So this is the y minus y hat. We already calculated y hat because we plugged into the regression equation. The y comes from the chart. So the y was 250. The actual data was 250 minus, and let's use the exact number. So 240.7. Okay, so that gives me 9.3. So the actual data was above average. So it was above the line. All right, that's all, guys. Hopefully this is starting to click and you feel good about it. Hope this helps, and see you guys soon.